research report, the Edge AI market will grow to 143 billion by year 2032. With rapid growth driven by the industry, such as you can see the manufacturing, healthcare, and also automotive. The number is very optimistic, but actual business value opportunity we see today are even bigger than the report. So Edge AI implementation is going to very soon, very high potential to all our industry. So let's take a look about some real business case. This is our currently business for implementation, Edge AI implementation across all the industry. You see the AMR, robotic, healthcare, manufacturing, and also smart cities. I give you some highlight. Robotics. You see the humanoid robot, also AMR in warehouse and logistics, right, to reduce the labor cost and improve the production efficiency. Also, you can see the industrial drone for smart agriculture, right? And also in healthcare, the traditional medical imaging processing with AI technology can enhance hundreds, even thousands times of efficiency. Okay. Also, recently, you see the hospital, there are more and more the AI surgical robot, right? Also, smart city, from the self-checkout system in retail market to the public safety, to the airport security screening, also to the traffic system monitoring. Edge AI has been introduced in many different industries, and this is not just the future. Edge AI is happening right now. Okay. I want to show you another. Please look at the report for global robotic market. You know, we are entering a very high growth era with a very strong growth momentum, like collaborative robot and humanoid robot. You see the number? Around 30% CAGR. Very high and impressive growth rate, right? But however, you see from the top three, AMR and robot arm, and also the service robot, they are still holding the biggest share in the market. They are the best solution for the logistic, warehouse, and also service industry. Okay, so how to realize the business from Edge AI to robotic, how to develop our industry, how to support our ecosystem, and also our partner. At Advantech, we are created a core architecture we call building block, essential of the building block to accelerate the robotic application development. Okay, the core is the Edge AI. This is the brain of the autonomous system, right? To support some key functions like speech recognition, language model, digital twin, also the AI inference deployment, try to connect the sensing, real-time sensing, and also the decision-making at the edge. Second, the autonomous system need to connect the sensor module from sensing module and also control module. So, for example, from the 2D, 3D camera for vision sensor to the communication module like Wi-Fi module, 5G and Bluetooth, to navigation module like LiDAR and IMU, all the way to the motion control. Okay, and also how to connect the sensor, decision, and execution module seamlessly connect together to provide a truly operated autonomous system for a flexible and also dynamic environment is very, very important. So that's the building block that we provide to our customer and partner can work together to speed up your vertical application development, especially for robot market. Okay, let's take some look into some detail about the robot market, also the building block. This is Advantech Edge AI platform. Okay, as I say, Edge AI is a core, a brand for robotics, autonomous robot. Okay, we are collaborating with Qualcomm to integrate their Dragonwing solution and silicon. Okay, from the QCS 6490, S-Elite, IQ9, and Ecos OS and multi-OS ecosystem. Okay, by providing the industry-grade AI on module, also the AI-ready system edge, and also industrial appliance for AI solution. But we are not just providing the hardware, but also building the software stack together to our customer to support their product face to the market. This is our software stack from Edge AI and robotics. Same, we are joint development with Qualcomm together to provide the Edge AI software stack for robotic market. 3 key strategies and highlight. First, this is an integrated AI acceleration platform with Qualcomm Edge Impulse solution together with Advantech Edge AI and Edge Robotics Suite together. Okay, second, that included 170 more pre-trained AI model. Also, this is a graphical user interface, like our partner and customer, they can leverage the pre-integrated sensor module and software module. Most importantly, the software stack has already fully built into Advantech Edge AI platform to support our customer an easy way to speed up your vertical application development and go-to-market. Last but not least, wireless connectivity also essential for the autonomous system and robotics. That's also the key pillar that we collaborate with Qualcomm. Okay. After Qualcomm support that we can deliver the market-driven technology such as you see that the Wi-Fi, phase roaming, location-precise positioning, and also that with Qualcomm expertise that we are able to deliver the wireless, industrial-grade wireless solution with design support services. So we are ready to launch the co-develop the Wi-Fi 7 module for the market, and we are going to extend our collaboration from 5G RedCap and also wireless MCU solution. Okay. Today's topic is Edge AI and robotics. So let me pause here to give you a summary. 4 key strategies. The first one, number 1, we will continue to innovate the edge computing with AI technology. AI at the edge will become a new standard. Second, we will integrate a wide range of the sensor module, try to give the robot eyes, an ear, and also connectivity to have like a human-like position. Third one, we'll provide the software stack robotic suite to support our customer or partner, your robot application face to the market. And all above, the design support services will have the ISO compliance and certification. Okay, so that's the commitment that Advantech we can offer to our customer to speed up all your vertical applications, especially for the robot solution, go to the market. All right, so now I want to invite my special guest from Qualcomm. Qualcomm is a great partner that we have been working since 2022. Together, we made great progress, many great progress. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Nagu Duggal, the General Manager of Automotive and also Industrial Embedded IoT for Qualcomm. Welcome.
Thank you, Miller. Thank you, Miller.
They say we need to take a picture first. All right, your turn.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miller, for having me. Thank you, Chairman Liu, and thank you, Dr. Chen, for your remarks. Very interesting. It's an honor to be here. As Miller mentioned, our partnership is recent, only since 2022. But this is probably one of the most exciting things that are going on at Qualcomm. How do we bring edge AI, edge transformation to industries that have typically moved slower, typically have not embraced technology at the pace that we are now starting to see? My remarks are mostly going to be around AI at the edge and how are we democratizing this. Qualcomm has been an edge company from our inception. We are a communication company. We became a compute company. We go across so many different verticals, so many different product segments. And today I would be happy to share with you some of the strategies, some of the ideas that we have, that we are partnering very closely with Advantech on. In the remarks that I heard that Dr. Chen was mentioning in the panel discussion, he mentioned text to text, video to text, video to video. If you start to look at what is going on in a very short period of time, people can now take pictures, ask a question, get an answer. This is starting to happen more and more in the consumer space. But if you think about an industrial setting where the age of workers that are experienced is getting higher and higher, the newer workers don't have the experience, technology is what's going to allow their experience to get replaced with something that is already institutionalized. We are starting to see this massive change happen across the board, where productivity applications are allowing on-prem appliances to get deployed so that you can keep your data that is trusted, that is private, close to you, train it, get answers in real time. One thing that we are spending a lot of time on is what I call situational awareness. In every enterprise, in every commercial, in every industrial setting, one thing that is very important is to know what is going on in your situation at the edge of your network, at the edge of your business all the time. Because that will allow you to create better safety outcomes, better productivity, more cost savings, better training, better resilience for your systems. And that is where Edge AI is going to fundamentally change the way that businesses are run. We've talked about sizes of models over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Everybody talks about the size of the model, how many tops, etc. But fundamentally what is happening is models are getting more and more intelligent. They're getting more distilled. As they get distilled, they can be very intelligent all the way at the edge. The way that we think about deployments is we consider something that is the far edge, all the way close to where the analog is, all the way close to where you're actually dealing with the physical world. At that level, we can essentially put basic amount of machine learning, and this is why we actually acquired Edge Impulse recently. We can put basic amount of machine learning to deeply understand what is going on at the edge of the network, extract intelligence, and then make intelligent decisions all the way at the edge. This can be a time series piece of information, anomaly detection. This could be something that is camera-based. It could be something that is an audio fingerprint. It could be something that is a threat. All of this can be managed all the way at the edge. And then, of course, as you bring in robotics into the picture, as you bring a human into the picture, you start to add LLMs, you start to add Gen AI, and you make what is machine language understood by humans. That's the very simple way to interpret this. And today, we are democratizing this across every single platform that we are building. The partnership that we have built with Advantech actually goes back some ways. But independently of the partnership that Qualcomm has had with Advantech, Advantech also partnered with Edge Impulse, which is a machine learning ops company. I'll share more about them with you. And this is something that predated our acquisition. So we are actually very happy to see that one of the companies that we've acquired is someone that Advantech already had a partnership with. Miller talked about the work that we are doing together, and we are honored and privileged to actually be part of the industrial ecosystem with Advantech, because we believe that you need a tremendous amount of trust, you need a tremendous amount of credibility with the ecosystem to be able to bring these AI applications all the way to the edge, and we are working with Advantech across many different use cases. Now, let me get into the details of my session. So this is a busy slide, but I would like to share this slide because when we think about the opportunity for all of us across what is going on in the transformation, I break it down into 3 parts. Now, we've already connected the edge to the cloud. That has been going on for the last 10 to 15 years. Many different private and proprietary and public technologies have been deployed. We see various types of compute capabilities all the way at the edge. And now we start to see a lot of intelligence running at the edge. You can have very simple processors that have built-in AI all the way up to very advanced humanoid robots that can go do the same thing. The way that we think about how to map these specific use cases. For a company like us that builds a lot of technology, we think of it in two contexts. Is the application indoors or is it outdoors? Is it a simple application or a complex application? Is the environment more benign? Is it a commercial enterprise environment, or is it a more ruggedized outdoor operational heavy environment? And we have to be able to build products for all of these various types of use cases because it is really a very wide dynamic range. So for us, what becomes very important is the intersection of compute, connectivity, and AI sitting all the way at the edge. Machine learning, audio, vision, and then more advanced computing. For us, very similar to how Chairman Liu described WISE Edge in his remarks, we think of it very similarly. We want to be able to provide a wide variety of products that are our processor layers. They are combined with our operating system and our BSP, our SDKs. On top of the SDKs, we connect into the ecosystem's application layer, and that's where Advantech comes in and the Advantech ecosystem comes in. For us, this partnership is very important because the trust that Advantech has built with their ecosystem partners over multiple generations across many different verticals is something that we want to be able to connect into and be able to support. Let me describe to you how we think about our processor architecture. Given that we have had a history in edge applications for a very long period of time, for us, low power and high performance compute is fundamental to how we design all of our applications. We also design our platforms to be very versatile. So we don't prescribe what is the specific application that could be running. This is an example of the IQ9, which is something that Advantech is building on. This is a SIL 2, SIL 3 rated processor. It runs in very extreme conditions. It has 100 TOPS of dense AI. You can run consumer-facing Gen AI applications. You can run robotics on the same platform. You can run computer vision. You can run an AI edge box on the same exact platform. The reason this is important is because of the multitude of applications that all of you are going to be engaged in, that you're going to run into. It's very important that the investment that you make, the TCO for your specific application, is something that is considered seriously. And that is why the flexibility of the platform is really important. I was here 6 weeks ago, and I met with Chairman Liu for the very first time. And one of the things that I took away from our conversation was how important it is to have a very clear, crystallized layer of software on top of which all of you actually develop. For us, the way that we are enabling our application processors is to really be able to provide to you a platform on top of which your software applications run in a seamless way. This allows you to be able to reuse all the investment that you're making, while we are able to provide containers that allow your applications to run directly on our hardware. The new space that we are now starting to get into is how do we actually make models that are very specific to the types of applications that you are trying to run seamlessly at the edge application. If you think about a data set like audio, for example, there are a lot of applications where you want to be able to train on a specific audio signature because it could be used for a specific keyword. It could be used for a sound that you want to be able to trigger some kind of an escalation around. How do you do that? By bringing Edge Impulse into Qualcomm, what we are now able to do is to allow you to be able to bring your data set, train for your specific model or a third-party model, optimize it for the edge hardware, and then build applications around it. This acquisition is very recent, but this is something that we've been able to scale up very quickly. You can apply this to computer vision applications. You can apply this to any kind of health outcome type applications. And this is moving very quickly because various types of customers have completely different needs. And the way that we are designing the hardware is to be completely independent of what kind of models you might run. You can run models that are cascading across multiple types of modalities. So I think the MCP comment was made earlier. We believe that models are going to get more and more intelligent as they are aware of the environment that is surrounding them. So if you have an application that is mobile, location becomes a very important input into the specific prompt that you're going to provide. That is something that we'll be able to go support. And With Advantech, we are already implementing this. So all of the platforms that the Advantech team is building with us on are already supported in this overall platform. This allows you to be able to bring your data, your models, optimize them, deploy them on the platform, move them from one deployment to the other, and scale. The other area that we are very excited about is what is going on in the vision space. The video that you see behind me is running on an Advantech IQ9. This is running 35 concurrent video streams on a single SoC. This SoC is able to capture in each of these independent 35 streams every frame, understand what is going on in that frame, apply object detection, annotate it, and build use cases beyond that. We've introduced the Qualcomm Intelligent Video Suite recently, and the Video Suite allows you to be able to annotate every frame, provide specific context in terms of what is the region of interest, what is an artifact of interest for that specific frame, feed it into a reasoning agent, and then allow the operator to essentially ask questions such as, hey, did the Amazon truck show up this morning? Who accepted the package? Where was the package delivered? This is something that you can do obviously across a single camera, but if you imagine that this is in an enterprise, if you are in a facility like this, which has hundreds of cameras, and there is a threat, and you want to search for a specific individual, and say, in the last 30 minutes, did somebody wearing these clothes enter through this specific door? And the camera is able to actually annotate every single frame that is coming in. This type of situational awareness is how we have to be able to think about what is actually going to be happening in the world that we are in, especially as AI comes closer and closer to the edge. Now, you can run this with smart cameras that are running at the edge. You can also run it on brownfield legacy cameras by bringing in the video stream into an AI edge box and annotating it there. So the architecture doesn't really matter. You could do all of the above. But the fact is AI is now becoming so powerful that you can take the intelligence close to where the edge is. The other area that we are very excited about is this concept of an on-prem AI appliance. Now, last year I spent a lot of time in the Middle East. And one of the things that became very clear is that for applications that have to do with highly secure operations, like oil and gas, these are networks that are not connected to the internet. You cannot actually connect them to the internet. That is just not something that is permitted. And the use cases for being able to run an inference query on, run retrieval augmented generation, simple Q&A, training, all types of use cases, customer care, is massive. You have to be able to provide this capability. So we announced the on-prem appliance at CES, and we've had tremendous feedback, including here in Taiwan. And we are very excited to share that the use cases where as models get more and more intelligent, more and more distilled, the ability for these models to be running at the edge, within the premises of the enterprise, within the premises of your specific industry, allow for significant productivity gains for your workers, for customer care, for being able to actually provide intelligence at the fingertips of new workers that have come in, without taking on the cost of running the inference query in the cloud. So this is something that is recent, but is picking up speed very quickly, and we're very excited to be able to share more about this through our Advantech partners. The other area, of course, is robotics. And this is something that this is something that at GTC Jensen had a very impressive session on robotics. It is really the next space in terms of where AI goes, physical AI goes, where we would see tremendous amount of automation of tasks that are typically run by humans. And we believe that this is like with driverless cars or with highly automated driving. Robotics is yet another similar application where you have to be able to deal with a tremendous amount of constraints, because you have to deal with robots and humans coexisting. You have to be able to deal with the limits of thermal capacity. You have to be able to deal with precision and accuracy. You have to be able to deal with motor control. So this is much more complex than an automated driving vehicle, because you are actually talking about precision, talking about dexterity. And this is an area that we are spending a lot of time on. We'll share more with you in the second half of this year. But running AI at the edge is essentially the definition of robotics, and doing this in a high performance, high precision, low power envelope is something that is a necessary requirement for robotics. So this is something that we will be sharing a lot more with all of you on soon. The approach that we are taking to this market is one of solutions, because I think, of course, the hardware has to work, of course, the software has to come together, but as Advantech is defined, there are 5 different verticals they are focused on. We are starting to build our roadmap out in a solution-minded nature, so you are able to connect into the specific solutions that make sense for you, and then we bridge that gap very quickly. And so for that, we are very thankful to the partnership that we have with Advantech. And with that, I would like to invite Miller back on stage. We are who we are because of the massive ecosystem that we have built across a variety of different verticals over many, many years. And we could not be more thankful to the partnership, Miller, that you have extended to us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Very impressed. Good impressed from Nakul to share his vision from Qualcomm about how to enable the Edge AI solution, especially the robot market. So my last page information is how to involve the Edge AI into industry. Okay, we need partnership. So from silicon partner to sensor designer to the wireless developer and all the software ecosystem partner, and also the industrial alliance and partner today we have to invite everyone to need to play a role. So we would like to invite everyone to join to co-create the Edge AI and robotic industry together. Okay, so before closing the wrap up today's session, I would like to invite Nakul to give us the closing remark.
Thank you very much for your attention, Miller, Chairman Liu. Thank you very much for having us. Look, this is a business that we are going to be investing in. This is a business that is important to us because we feel like a transformation of industrial applications with AI coming to the edge is really upon us. And you can see this not only in legacy applications, but as you start to think about vision, as you start to think about robotics. For us, we think about 4 or 5 key pillars: resilience, productivity, safety, overall reduction in cost of ownership, and really innovation. And these are the 5 pillars that I think are very relevant to every industry. So we are very honored to partner with Advantech.
Thank you, Nakul. Thank you, everyone. 谢谢大家。